It's time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Monday morning, June 13th, 2016. Good morning to you all on this lovely Monday morning, June 13th, 2016. Back to work, back to school. Here are your news and on our top story at 8 a.m. is a gunman killed 50 people, wounded 53 more in an attack at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida, early Sunday. The hip-hop infused blockbuster which only went the Pulitzer Prize and its earlier off-Broadway incarnation pretty much every award available to it, making its present felt brilliant in broadcast. Pretoria, South Africa, Oscar Pistorius is a broken man whose mental state has deteriorated over the last 2 years and he should be hospitalized, not jailed. Clinical psychological test found on the open today at a former truck store. His trial. Hearing. Villainous. Leaders in multiple countries and polled fear that they plans to deploy on their territories too small, symbolic to deter the attack by Russia, whose 2014 annexation of Crimea is pressure the memories of the former Soviet bloc states. Authorities on Sunday were trying to determine the intention of the DI man when a catch of weapons, ammunition, and explosive making materials in his car and referred plans to attend the LA Gay Pride Parade. Abu Dhabi, a Dutch woman who had been in jail in Canada since mid-March after she reported being raped has been found guilty of illicit consideration for medication to be drunk in a public place. 4 passengers were wounded after a man hurled a explosive device at a Turkey counter at Shanghai's Padang, and international report on Sunday afternoon before attempting to kill himself. One poll Friday showed 10-point lead for leave cap Asian democracy worst day 4 months. Frankfurt for Paris law FDIC outperforms. Dhaka, Bangladesh police in Bangladesh said Monday today more than 8,500 people in the first 4 days on a countrywide security operation aimed at combating extremist violence against religious minorities and security activists. Washington, U.S. President Obama may not decide before NATO summit next month whether the alter plans to have nearly half American forces in Afghanistan. A diplomat in the U.S. said the part American bulldog and the part who knows else were scooped out of the Detroit streets and kept in a small animal control enclosure. Baltimore, CSX official says the freight train derailed in the tunnel of Baltimore, but no injuries or leaks have been reported. The flag flew at half-step over the Capitol Sunday after mass shooting in Orlando, Florida, the deadliest in United States history. Then in Nebraska, 1 and 2 men who escaped Nebraska prison was found in a storm drain. The second escapee rains at large, police said. Austria. The House of Austria, which I thought was born to be demolished, Austrian interim minister suggested. Manila Philippine militant group Abu Sayyaf on Monday said he had a rebel, a Canadian held hostage since September. Edinburgh as a nation mourned the victims of Sunday's mass shooting that left 50 dead and 53 wounded in an Orlando gay club. City Council Chairman Danella said the attack serves as a reminder of the intolerance that the LGBTQ community considers facing in the United States. Danella said the shock and the horrible violence made him appreciate the open and accepting committee found in Edinburgh, Massachusetts. The governor divided as 29-year-old Omar Metin, who had been pledged to the acid before opening fire with an AR-15 style assault rifle. The Pulse nightclub around 2 a.m. The alleged sales farmer told NBC News that they believe his son may have been motivated by the sight of 2 men kissing. Norton Center ambulance rates in Norton will be increased to $200, but the authorities said that they still be the lowest in the area. Edinburgh with heartfelt gratitude and emotion, hundreds of Bishop Fee High School alumni and community members lined up in the gymnasium foyer on Sunday afternoon to wish Christopher servant well during his retirement. Massive proposed reline of parking spaces along North Main Street eliminate 26 on street spots according to the plan being birched by town public works and their junior officials. In news around the state. Charleston, South Carolina. A Massachusetts company is buying 5 apartment entitled communities with more than 1,000 units in the Charleston area for $50 million. The Postal Courier of Charleston reports that VVT management purchased the property in the portal for sale for the disclosed property in Ohio. The sale includes the 3 properties in Goose Creek and one in West Austria of Charleston. VVT already owned the 460 unit apartment complex in North Charleston, Northampton, Massachusetts. Authorities say 273 guns were turned in during the gun buyback that held over the weekend in Franklin and Hampshire counties. No matter what they're doing in business, most major multinational consumer brands have one strategy when it comes to politics: stay far, far away. While Federal Reserve official debate whether the raise short-term interest rates. They also wrestled with the question on how to lift them in coming years. Bankers seen immediately the London Bank offered a rate with a flurry of technical messages provided a little idea what the impact of their actions would be felt all the way to the Federal Reserve target rate. Chinese car hailing service today Chicheng were revealed today that it secured a $600 million investment from China Life Insurance Company Limited to $1 billion. After raising $1 billion currency of Apple. Also, Norway. Despite a record in crude oil prices, the Norwegian government said it expected economic purchase from the market doctor later. Iran and shipment of Iranian crude oil was sort of world net shall talks of development with other major oil companies and Iranian officials said on Monday. Aberdeen, Scotland, oil and gas workers late after an American township could take part of the teacher treated to transition out of the energy sector, the Scottish government said. Washington and amount of coal producing in the United States has lost been since the early 80s as overall demand fell, as the government said. Sevco Apple is expected to kick off its annual worldwide development conference with an announcement of a smarter series. Take a look at the stocks. The Dow. Down 185.78, 65.34. SP 5 2096.07. Nasdaq 4,894.55. Richard D. Stevens. University of Connecticut has a new competent one of Atlas. Offering to desk cameras and jurisprudence science advances. PTA FOA. NASA signed a new agreement working out here where it's on space exploration. The agency has agreed to share everything from scientific data to telescopes and potential spacecraft in the old Richard State Defense says the first. Cap aspects of the three glaciers. I say floated in water in Quaquatrock, Greenland. Peter Childers, I made 07 on this Monday morning. Time out for a spot report. The Boston Red Sox lost to the Minnesota Twins in 10 innings. 7-4 in Minneapolis, and the Pittsburgh Penguins take over their fourth Stanley Cup franchise with a Game 6 3-1 victory over the San Jose Sharks in San Jose. As time change feels everything in the nature life, but one thing the president does not change the field of the Stanley Cup in your hands. That's Sidney Crosby firmly turned themselves away to the greatest win, second Stanley Cup win. UEFA has warned England and Russia they can face disqualification from years 2016. The Fed violence continues. ESPN's FC Santiago started discussing the impact Fed violence had his own career. United States House ended in and voted in the Euro. Oakland, California. The Golden State Wars are right back where they started. They began the series by raising better and responding to critics. Peter Jones, middle 8 on this Monday morning. Back to work, back to school. Time out for a travel report. Let's study off down in Rhode Island, where 95 minutes up outside it is open technology into data providence. 146 of the south outside it is backed up from 15 to Route 95. Route 6 to the east outside it is open Crescent to Route 6 connector. 6 connector slow go from 6 to 95. 95 at the north outside is open airport connector work all the way into data providence. 95 slow go both as well. Route 4 in Wark and Coventry. Route 195 on the west side it is so from Seacock Way to data providence. Jamestown, Newport Bridge is on Lincoln Kids, but Mountain Hope Bridge is slow go. Out in the Cape, Route 6 from Samuel leads. 28 at the north side also at the Board Bridge. 295 at the north side until also from Route 1 to Route 295 in Attleboro. 146 at the south side also at Route 99 Lincoln. 99 at the north side so from 126 to Route 122 in Lincoln with Socket Stretch. 95 at the south side also around Route 295 in Attleboro. 95 on the north side it is so from Attleboro all the way at the Route 128 at the Route 24 on both ends also around Route 44 and Rainham and then Hipper again from Harrison Boulevard in Avon area to Route 128 Gaston. Route 3 to the north side is over 220 and Rockland to the Braintree split. 128 on both ends, so from 138 Canton over to the Braintree split. 128 to the north side, so from 95 in Canton all the way at the Route 20 Waltham. 128 south side it is so from Peabody all the way at the Waltham. Route 2 in the east side, so from Arlington down to Belmont. Route 2 to the west side it is so for the Lexington stretch. Stafford Super Center, the north side it is so for the Braintree split all the way at the Dorchester. 485 on the north side, so from 85 in Bidford all the way out to Route 9 in Westport, Mass Park, the east side, so from Fairham all the way out to The Southeast Expressway, Mass Park, the westbound side, so Logan Airport, all the way after the Prue Tunnel. '93 on the southbound side, it is stop and go from 230 minutes to 98 Zake Bridge. '93 on the northbound side, it is so from Medford all the way at the Route 120 Reddit. Route 2 to the westbound side, Little Selected, and Route 2 to the eastbound side, so from onto the Belmont. 485 on the northbound side, it's so from Route 2 to the Littleton all the way at the 2A. Route 485 on the southbound side, Little so the Littleton stretch. Route 3 to the southbound side, so from Lowell all the way at the Route 120 in Burleson. 495 at the northbound, the southbound side, Little so around the Lowell stretch. 485 on the southbound side, it is so from April all the way at the Lawrence. 290 on the eastbound side, it is so from Almond at the Route 9 in Worcester. Route 91 on the northbound side, so from 57 at the 291 in Springfield. 291 on the southbound side, slow around the Springfield stretch around Route 91. 93 on the southbound side, it is slow around the area stretch. 93 on the northbound side, a little slow before 293. Everett turn back a little slow at Manchester Airport. Spalding turn back in the southbound side, a little slow at Route 4, Durham, New Hampshire. But otherwise, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Iowa was a looking good start at I-8 and 91 southbound side after Canadian border Vermont, a little slow. I-87 on the southbound side, and it's a little slow around Lake Placid, just around Hammond Pond. I-87 on the southbound side, a little slow to Boston Spot, all the way up to Troy. New York State 3 in the eastbound side, a little slow around I-87. 91 on the southbound side, a little slow from Woodlock side to Hartford. I-91 on the northbound side, so from Middletown to Hartford, Connecticut. I-80 the eastbound side, a little slow from Newport to downtown Hartford. I-80 the eastbound side, and westbound side, a little slow from Waterbury. I-80 westbound side, a little slow from Newtown to Denbury. Merritt Parkway on the southbound side, so from Bridgeport to Stamford. 95 on the southbound side, it is slow from Fairfield to Stamford. 95 on the northbound side, so from Port Chester, New York, all the way out to Greenwich. And 95 on the southbound side, slow from Brentford Stretch to 95 on the northbound side, low slow before 91 to New Haven. And Iowa and byways, New York City, yes. Slow down. Subway system is looking good on the commuter rail. Worcester train 506, 630 million bounds operate 1050 minutes beyond. Schedule between West Newton and South Station due to fire department activity. And Thursday looking good. Future children's time 8:12 on this Monday morning. It's time now for weather report for today. Most of the skies about 36 degrees. Northwest about 11 to 50 miles. Gusting 31 miles an hour. Tonight, Parkland's going about 53 degrees. Northwest about 9 miles an hour. For Tuesday, South skies about 78 degrees. Northwest about 11 to 13 miles. Gusting 29 miles an hour. Tuesday, both coasts come about 56 degrees. Light to variable wind. Wednesday, South skies about 79 degrees. Northwest about 5 miles an hour. What's that? Parkland's about 56 degrees. Thursday, most of the Parkland's come about 79 about 56 degrees. Friday, most of the most coasts come about 73 about 52 degrees. Sunday, most coasts come about 76 about 53 degrees. And for Sunday, South skies about 78 degrees. Currently and not near, it is first skies at 60 degrees. Humidity 54%. 17 above Celsius. That's going to be it for the Computer Channel. Morning news on this June 13, 2016 on Monday morning. Peter, have a good morning and a good bye today, dude. Have a good day.